Do you have proposed orders in there on those two motions?
I do.
Great.
I do indeed.
Yeah, have a good night.
Can I call you? Can I call you in about 20 minutes? Come and just start.
Apologies for the delay, Your Honor.
What a day.
And I have zoning tonight, so it's like, run from here to there.
Wow. Wow.
I haven't been yelled at by neighbors in a while, so it'll be fun.
Do you have a cape you wear, or just a kryptonite shirt?
This Court of Common Pleas Civil Division is now declared open. The Honorable Ann M. Butchart presiding. This is a public hearing live streamed via YouTube and can be accessed on the court's website. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. We're here on two matters. Philadelphia Community Growth, Inc. is petitioner versus 2300 Alter LLC respondent. And that is docket 2207-02671. And the subject property is 2011 Federal Street in Philadelphia. This matter was last in court on September the 20th. We're also here for Philadelphia Community Growth, Inc. petitioner versus 2300 Alter LLC respondent on our docket 2208-00514. And the subject property is 2013 Federal Street, Philadelphia, zip 19146. This matter was last in court on September 30th. At the request of the petitioner, Philadelphia Community Growth, we listed both of these cases today at this time because the service issues are identical. I note that the only person present is Mr. McElhenney representing the petitioner, so I'll ask him to update us, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Michael McElhenney, McIlhenney, counsel for Philadelphia Growth, the petitioner in this matter. And I think as Mr. Toner indicated at the prior hearing, the other interested parties in this are the City of Philadelphia, PGW, and L&I, which are easy enough to get service on, and we'll have affidavits of service on the docket shortly. The respondent in this matter is 2300 Alter LLC. Its member, through its certificate of organization, is a gentleman named Vitaly Polichenko, who is and lives at an address at 8 Purdue Drive, Richboro, PA. We did send a server out to serve him, and based on the affidavit of non-service, nobody would come to the door. People scrambled when they knocked on the door, and the process server, Dennis Richmond Process Service Company, has had this address on many other cases, and Mr. Polichenko and other LLCs that are registered at this address. And the Bucks County Sheriff, we also has tried to serve these entities, and it's been the same story in multiple different cases where nobody can get service on any of the companies at the registered address at 8 Purdue Drive, Richboro, PA. That being said, we're confident that Mr. Polichenko resides there, and that would be a place to obtain service on him. So we have requested that the court allow alternative service by multiple means of service in this case. One, doing a FedEx package to the address. No signature required, just so that it can be delivered and have an acknowledgement of delivery, because we know they're not going to sign for it. Posting the property at 2011 Federal Street and 2013 Federal Street with a copy of the order to show cause and the petition for appointment of conservator. And also, we're requesting to post both petitions at the Richboro address, the 8 Purdue Drive, Richboro, PA, and having photographs of all the postings and affidavits showing those postings to ensure that the individual has had as much notice as is feasible in this case. I don't believe advertising should be necessary on this fact pattern where we know the member lives at that address and they've served him in other cases through alternative means. So that's why we're requesting FedEx mailing and posting at the subject properties in the conservatorship case and the LLC's home address.
Mr. McElhenney, could you spell out the name of the individual who's the principal in 2300 Alder?
Yeah, it's Vitali, Vitaliy, Polyachenko, Polyachenko.
Thank you.
And slightly related but unrelated matter, Your Honor. I was apprised by Frank Turner in my office that he has another case that was filed against an LLC, and it turns out it's the same mailing address, service address. So I believe that there's a second property that's before the court, not on Federal Street, but in the same neighborhood.
Interesting.
So another motion might be coming to the court's way.
All right, I appreciate that. Mr. McElhenney's firm has provided the court with proposed orders that are precisely as he's described them, which would provide for Federal Express posting at the premises and posting at 8 Purdue Drive in Richboro, PA. You just said something, Mr. McElhenney, that these alternative postings have been successful in other matters. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, based off the information from Dennis Richmond Process Service Company, and they dealing with serving individuals and also coordinating service with the sheriff in Bucks County, they have, and it's attached to the motion, Paul Toner attached, are documents from other cases where the sheriff in Bucks County basically said, notes, defendant is refusing to answer the door. They're inside the property. I can see them. Will require posting to obtain service on the defendants. And those are the notes from the Bucks County Sheriff, because it's a known address, known issue. And I guess they know, they're known players. The one LLC was Cleveland Development LLC. That's also registered at this address. And Mr. Polyachenko is the member there through the registered, the corporate registered address and managing member. Other LLC was Philly Builders LLC, which is common. Developers often set up new LLCs for each project, and they'll have the same office address. But it seems like, yes, the Bucks County Sheriff has been through the rigmarole with them on many cases, trying to serve them, and have always been unsuccessful.
So your motion is replete with testamentary statements from Dennis Richmond's office and his people. But do you have any examples of cases that have proceeded on this service with this respondent?
I would have to go pull the other cases that the sheriff have served them on to see what the court ordered there for alternative service. I have not pulled up those to see what the final alternative service order actually says. Our proposed order is just based off of Rule 410 of the Rules of Procedure, where the court has to choose at least one of 3 different options, and then the catch-all of any other means the court deems necessary in a given case.
Well,
but I can try to find those docket reports for the other cases and see if that's publicly available for download.
well, I would be just curious. I'm going to go ahead and grant your motion for alternative service and sign these orders, and we'll set another date. But I would just be curious to see what has actually resulted in having matters proceed against this particular individual or his various LLCs, just to see where we are with that. But I'm going to go ahead. Your motion's granted. Let's look for a 60-day court date, or we're looking now in early January, as you know. And as you also know, we're going to be meeting in 453. On a related note, I am speaking with Judge Anders and also with court administration about how we can, as Mr. Toner has suggested, how we can incorporate some of the benefits of remote access into the reality of in-court proceedings. And I'm always optimistic, but I don't see any reason why we can't, with some adjustments, try to cut back on our paper trail and make the actual court process faster, perhaps, than we all anticipate it might be.
Yeah, one of the things I haven't had a chance to do is to go over to the court administration and see. I don't know what the technological capabilities are at the court right now. Our suggestion, we have, like Mr. Toner referenced before, the Chromebooks are pretty inexpensive. We were suggesting we would bring multiple Chromebooks to the conference and everybody could have electronic access. Printing off large binders doesn't sound like a lot, but the paper times 4 copies, 5 copies, it does get expensive. And when cases settle, it just adds costs that we could probably avoid in many cases going forward.
Well, one of the things I need to make sure is that we can go ahead and maintain the virtual courtroom, which has been fantastic. And do you have any experience with MiFi?
I do not. MiFi?
MiFi, it's just a little, it's like a hotspot. It provides you with Wi-Fi no matter where you are, and you pay about $100 a month and bring it into any space. Because one of the real limitations with City Hall is the walls are so thick.
Oh.
I mean, it sounds ridiculous, right? But that's a real problem, and it's why when they redid some courts for high tech and they were almost outdated as soon as they opened those courtrooms. One of them is 515. It was a major undertaking. So the technology's kind of caught up. I only know about MiFi because my partner has used it in the course of her work. And it's really a pretty remarkable little gizmo.
Yeah, that's definitely, I know I've had signal issues when I've been in the court with my phone. I did speak with Mr. Vanderslice on this issue because he often utilizes a iPad, which comes in handy to check violations and stuff when you're in court. And I'm curious to know what he uses for the signal if he has something such as that. But it seems like it would be easy enough to give it a try if possible. So and maybe we do a test run with a couple parties to just see how it would work.
I'm optimistic. There's just so much good that has happened with these remote hearings. It's a shame to not glean what we can.
Yep.
Right.
Especially on status conferences. But rules are the rules for now.
Yeah.
I'll get my steps in running across the street.
Yeah, I look forward to the weight loss I'm going to have because maybe it'll counter the weight gain I've had from COVID. So we'll see. Gar, do we have a date that you can propose for us?
Your Honor, I'm looking at Tuesday, January 3rd at 1:30 p.m. for both cases.
Yeah. One of us from the office should be available.
Okay.
That last week after Christmas and the first week of January is going to be interesting.
Always is. Okay. We'll indicate January 3rd at 1:30, and we'll do both of the 2300 alter cases. Okay.
Your Honor, this is a status listing, right?
Status listing, exactly, yeah. Anything else that we need to discuss today?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You do the same. Bye-bye.
Which one is that? That's 2671. Schedule for January 3 at 1:30. p.m.
I see you have 6 lined up for us tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they're all
Okay.
short ones. They're
Okay.
all pretty short.
I will be here at 9:30.
Have a good night.
You too.
This is what did I say? 1:30 to 2:30. Status.